According to ImmunizeUSA.org, vaccines save an estimated 42,000 lives per year in the United States alone. That number is more than seatbelt and child restraint deaths combined. Today I'm here to talk to you about the importance of vaccinations for both adults and for children. What kind of authority do I have on this subject? I've been married to an ER nurse for over 8 years. We've got 4 children together, and she would have to continue to work in the ER while pregnant. If she were to come into contact with somebody who had something the baby couldn't be exposed to because it wasn't protected against it, it was potentially very dangerous for the baby. So while she was working at the hospital, I became very educated on vaccines, why they're important, how they protect us, mainly from an emotional investment in what was going on. Why should you care about what's going on with vaccines? Well, if you intend to have a child someday, when the baby is under 12 months of age, it can't be protected by vaccines. For a lot of these diseases, its body just isn't ready to take those shots. The doctor will advise you when it's safe to do so, and eventually your child, through vaccinations, will be protected from a lot of diseases that previously harmed a lot of children. According to the Centers for Disease Control, immunizations prevent between 2 and 3 million deaths worldwide every single year. By getting a lot of people to get vaccinations, diseases like measles and rubella are nearly exterminated, where prior to these vaccines there were a lot of deaths and very negative effects from these diseases. So where did chickenpox go? I don't know if most of you are old enough to have gone through this like myself. I was born in 1981, and most kids, by the time they were 5 or 6 years old, got chickenpox. The vaccine wasn't released in the United States until 1995. All of my kids were born after the year 2000, and none of them ever had to deal with chickenpox. So that's a pretty recent effect of vaccinations doing some good. According to the CDC, in the 1950s, 15,000 people were paralyzed from polio during the 1950s. And then since 1979, the United States hasn't seen a single case of polio that originated from within the United States. That again is because of vaccinations. Now, not everybody can get a vaccination. There's some people who are immunocompromised or just aren't old enough to do so. So those people depend on what's known as herd or community immunity. And it's a pretty simple concept where the more people who have the vaccination and are protected against the disease, the better, because it protects the people who can't protect themselves. If the disease isn't around to spread itself, those people are kept safe. Where if somebody were to come in from another country, then those people would have to worry. Which is why it's important, even if we've eradicated a disease in our country, to continue to get vaccinated. Just because the disease is gone here doesn't mean it's gone everywhere around the world. So if somebody from a country comes and visits the United States, there's a strong chance that those who aren't immunized, if they come in contact with that person, could get that disease. There are pockets around the country right now where a lot of people who have an anti-vaccination stance, there's large pockets of children who aren't vaccinated, and we've seen diseases that we've gotten rid of and shouldn't be an issue becoming an issue for those pockets of the community. So it is important, even though the disease is gone, that we still continue to get our vaccines and protect us, because there's more to the world than just the United States. So today I spoke to you as to why vaccinations are important for everybody, adults and children. If you are an adult and you're not sure if you're up to date on all your vaccinations, talk to your doctor about that. They're incredibly important for people who can't protect themselves from diseases because they can't get vaccinated. And if we don't want mass outbreaks of diseases we've had under control, we must continue to get vaccinated. So I would like to say there's a lot of bad information out there that the anti-vaccination crowd is using that doesn't come from reliable or credible sources. I encourage you to do your own research and let science-based evidence guide you on the decisions you're going to make, and not hyped up information from people who have no credibility whatsoever. Thank you for your time.